call. Yes. I just want to make sure that there's no confusion about this. Right. Let's say that you served the person after you reissued it the first time. Then you could put on this the court has jurisdiction over the parties and minors in the subject matter. Right. Respondent had reasonable notice and an opportunity to be heard. Notice of this hearing was served on the respondent by personal service. Right. Now, every time you reissue a temporary protection order and you have a permanent protection order hearing after that 14 days later, yes, that should be the box that is always marked because you don't have to have two temporary protection order court hearings before you have the permanent court hearing. Yes. Yes. Now, let's go through it again. Oh, you issued this on July 8th of 2011. I wasn't a resident. There was no attempt of service. The notice of the hearing was not served on the respondent by personal service, service by mail, or service by publication. Then you had another reissuing a temporary protection order. Why did you have another court hearing reissuing a temporary protection order when you did not attempt any personal service, service by mail, or service by publication? See, this temporary protection order court hearing, absolutely frivolous, poach, unnecessary. I was living on Guam and there was no way I could have traveled. So you should have just had the permanent order for protection with one of your carefully crafted explanations about why it is that you're doing that. The vaguest interpretations of the law. Now, oh, you motion the court for dissolution of marriage. Oh, law enforcement worksheet. Yes, I was arrested at the same time as the allegation of violating it. 1 week later, you motion the court for renewal of the order. Protection order motion hearing. Then order reissuing temporary protection order. Was there some reason there was no attempt of personal service when you had just arrested me 4 days before that? Now, what should have happened is you should have reissued it because of personal service. Oh, it's not like the sheriffs didn't know where I was at. I had just gotten out of jail 3 days before you fucking did it. Now, somebody thought you had to have two reissues and one permanent, two reissues and one permanent. But the truth of the matter is, oh, there was no possible way that I would not have gotten notice. Yes, 5 judicial days prior to having the court hearing. Isn't that right? Yes. Now let me just look again at the public court record, okay? You should have served me, and then you should not have had. Ooch, ooch, ooch. Let's look again. Now, oh, look at petition order for protection 615 of 2015. I had just got out of jail. Pooch. Instead of saying order reissuing temporary protection order, it should say motion hearing. Yes, it should. And then once you have the motion hearing and you have in the file proof that the respondent had reasonable notice, yes, and was served by the petitioner, notice of a court hearing. After that, you could put permanent protection order. Now, if I had appeared in court, yes, on June 15th of 2012, right, then it would have been a permanent protection order court hearing. But for some reason, you decided to issue a minute order reissuing order reissuing temporary protection order, and you sent another court hearing on June 6th of 2012, right? And then you reissued the protection order for another year. Yes. William Knieb's pooch. Now, how the fuck is it that you didn't know where I lived when you had arrested me 3 days before? I'm gonna sue you for every stupid fucking thing you've done for 7 years. Do you understand? Now, Brent should have just issued the protection order by minute order because it was illegal to issue it by minute order for a temporary protection order. And it was absolutely unnecessary because you had arrested me 5 days before. Poop. Now, exactly when did that protection order expire? Well, it was issued on July 8th of 2011. Yes. And it would have expired on July 8th of 2012. June 8th? Yes. May 8th? Oh. Oh. It it expired on August 12th. Oh. July 12th? Yes. June 12th? That would be 60 days. May 12th. Ooch. But did you actually have